Now I have a short one called About Thursday.
Yes.
I almost kissed you last night.
Nice.
It might have been wrong. It might have been right. Had my compulsion taken flight, it might have been my failing sight, or some trick played by the fading light. It's just, I could have sworn I saw your face turn red. And I'm writing a series called Untitled. So it's like kind of an introductory series. So I'm just going to give you Untitled number 1. I won't be the same as all the rest. I'm not the worst and not the best, but I've seen all my sins confessed. Okay, tell me that you're not impressed. I'm not some toothless hackney dressed. I care, and I won't make a mess. I know what people keep repressed. I'll make you smile and quit your stress. I'll get to know what's beneath your chest, and every moment I'll feel blessed. No, I'm not the same as all the rest. Thank you very much. This next one, I just spent the whole intermission trying to memorize, so I'm going to give it a shot. It's a little deep. I call it Bubbles. So what if universes were like bubbles and connected by multi-dimensional membranes to other bubbles that are also universes? Some bubbles might contain or be contained by other bubbles, each connected by a network of interconnected multi-dimensional membranes. Maybe these membranes are such that some may reflect and refract some spectra of light while also having the equal possibility of transmitting other spectra of light. Maybe these membranes are created and destroyed every time the consciousness makes a choice. Every choice creating a new universe containing every possibility of happenstance stemming from that choice. Such are the bubbles containing and being contained by other bubbles that are also universes. And maybe the consciousness, every one, travels as the light, passing through infinite membranes and refracting from infinite membranes, creating infinite universes as chosen by the choice. Everything is connected. I got 3 more. 2 of them are very short. The next one is called The Poet. In his lazy, easy ways, he plays his games and stays the pains of fading days and tames the craze that burns his brain. His words amaze, amaze, amaze that feeds the haze and mirrors, that hides his fears. He pours on peers that jut into some raging sea of wisdom. This next one, I'm going to dedicate to all of you. I've recently come into the poetry scene, and it's really amazing, and I just have to thank all of you for it. I've just been learning so much.
Oh, thank you.
Everybody has such beautiful minds. This one is called Last Thursday. I learned about this quasi-scientific philosophical belief called Last Thursdayism. Last Thursdayism suggests that the whole universe was created last Thursday. That everything we've ever experienced, all these sensations, laws of physics, ideas surrounding us, all our memories, everything we think we know about our lives was created last Thursday. Because how do we really know the difference? How do we know that real life is real life? Isn't just some sort of dream? How do we know that our memories aren't supplanted into our minds by cable boxes droning on and on, endlessly, quietly programming everything we think we know about our lives? We only know what our minds tell us. Our ears, eyes, nose, throat, fingertips want to tell us all about the world and universe around us, but they have to squeeze through this bottleneck of perception. We only know what our minds tell us. What my mind tells me is that the universe was created last Thursday, because last Thursday I discovered this whole new universe. This universe exists for you, for me, for everybody. A whole universe of expressive, empowering, and rapturing ideas encapsulated in enchanting incantations invoked by individuals collected together in a calamitous community of collaboration, of creation, of poetry, of free thought, a community of support, of newcomers, of old veterans, creating an open forum where everybody speaks their minds, where everybody is heard, where individuals express their own opuses of enlightenment how only they can, because you're here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for this universe.
Woo! Thank you.
I want to end with a short 2-sentence poem that I call Thank You. Healthy introspection grants redemption from contention with perception of one's inner thoughts and feelings. And rightful understanding and commanding of good standing means demanding truth in all one's deeds and dealings. Thank you. Matt Gordon.
And then on deck is St. James. Oh, you're on deck, James.
Hey, I'm Alana.
Hey, Lana.
Some of my stuff is titled, some isn't. You'll get it.
That's fine.
This one's called The Deck. Is a glance stolen? Pilfered like the one good chocolate from the dish at Grandma's? I didn't lose the moment when you captured me in a blank. Call it a souvenir, a thinking trinket. No commemorative spoon or clunky state magnet affixed to the fridge, reminding you to buy coffee, see the chiropractor, but mostly that you're here, not there. I'm yours. That cackling candid you keep, that's me. But I go on, like the taffy maker at the boardwalk, long after you've chewed your piece. I won't always be drunk or young, but to you, I am summer, and that time when. So save your silly snapshot until you're back again. This is called Broom, and it is nothing like the movie. 8 at night, not time of day of life. Squinting and scanning for figures and fairies from patternless splotches of paint. I picked this, so fiercely pink. Ah yes, back when girl came in a bag. Only tints of red hues and crinoline tutus, and assurance I'd never really matter. So when the ring was off and the walls were hers, she asked what colors I'd like. Pepto, bubblegum, Barbie sparkles. Like Lisa Frank's autoerotic asphyxiation. So with several sponges and gallons of doll vomit, my pretty palace debuted. Do you remember the first time you learned regret? In daylight, I'd find other retreats, the stoic calm of light. But in the dim hours before sleep, I'd cull creeps and creatures bred in acrylic captivity, none so charming despite their coat. See, Screaming Beast, a study in mauve. My reaction to this find? Think Gloria Gaynor's opening lines. At first I was afraid I was petrified. I slept hard for those first few weeks, knowing sunlight would revive their whimsy. I would find them laughable when I could walk away. But there were only so many hours before bedtime. One brave night I realized, perhaps they're on my side. More present than my father, much realer than my smile. These were my guardians, and they were pissed. They screamed when I couldn't. Their rage in my name soothed me to sleep. Soon they were sold, likely buried under taupe. But don't miss them. Let them scream in someone else's walls. That is the longest of the bunch. I've just got a few more that are short. This is Fruitless. I picked you. You weren't ready. Still, I thought you'd be, for me. A sorry harvest. Bushels of saccharine flesh, one angry bud, an unrelenting green. I'd made my pies and quick breads. Nourishment, no, but sweet. Craving the bite, the clean, the whole, I kidnapped you off a tree. Serves me right you're bitter. I should have stayed my scythe. But bloom or no, I believed it so, that I could love you ripe. Somewhere on the spiral, the same point at which I once was at upon a smaller swirl. Parallel arcs in the singular heart of an ever-becoming girl, coiling within a nebula of eraser shavings and stardust, and tiptoes and trudges, gallops and glides, finding my footing in boulder lines. The winding miles of beats and years, whipping around a familiar bend again and again. I am the destination. I am the origin. Okay, I've just got 2 more. There's something warm in your words. Though a backlit font offers no heat, they sound like embers to me. Can I know this? When everyone's their own alias? Persona seldom sourced from the natural spring, too murky to serve. Yet you may dry darker, and sure, I'm a chromantic, but your palette, who knew you had those blues? 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yes, I think of you. How many worlds are birthed from these words in the Big Bang of silence? A realm where the sun-washed weeks of a hypothetic calendar chart the vivid happening of us. Where we, among innumerable time-torn thems, lovers in waistcoats and buckskins, the classless, casteless unions of Neverland, wave to us, will you? And this one's a little tougher. My dog died yesterday.
Rest in peace.
Thank you. So, I've done goodbye in squeezing bodies that print upon you with the promise of next time. And I've done goodbye the stinging thing of unfinished pages and last words that weren't last words until they were. I've put goodbye on people, places, pieces of myself, with a tight-jawed solemn nod and fingers splayed in faith. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye is hardly ever good.
Up next is James, and on deck is Tomas.
So, I don't normally do this sort of thing.
Welcome.
I've never done a poetry thing.
What?
Thanks. Yeah, hoping Linda can do this. Show up the last one. Earlier that day, the last one, I don't know if anybody was, a lot of you were not actually here at the last one, but you guys might remember that it was unusually warm that day.
Yeah.
For the winter, like it was a summer day that afternoon. And during that, not even remembering that the poetry thing was coming up, I wrote a little poem in my head when I saw something. It just started, and the first line of it came to me, and the rest of it it was just in my head. And I said I would write something, and I did. Later that day, or like a couple days after, and when I looked for it, like I think yesterday and again today, I couldn't find it because it's been like a month. But I remember the part that I wrote in my head, so I wrote it down. So it's very short. And what's this? Snow sparrow out my window, shaken by the giant snowflake that found your head as I found you through my window. Thank you for the poem and the laugh. Is that too fast? I'm I think I have like just one more very, very short thing. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Is it cool if I do? No. Okay. Wait. The harder they fall, the more pay the price. The more you believe, the more they will lie. Don't trust television, but subscribe to the Times. They sell tunnel vision, and we all pay the price. I'm burning the flag, the symbol of freedom. If you can tell me I can't, what the hell does it mean then? Thank you.
Up next is Tomas, on deck is Dan Martin.
Yes.
Hey!
Yes!
Okay, Okay, so this
That's
isn't a
right.
poem. This isn't a poem. I'm writing a one-man show called I'll Sing If I Want To, or How I Wish Sondheim Was My Father. And so I wrote it. One time I wrote a poem that was published in a New Jersey like poet book thing, and then turns out that I actually stole it from Teenage Chicken Soup for the Soul, and my mom was like, Tomas, are you depressed? Like, what is going on? And I was like, no, I just stole it. And then it was published. I'm so, oh shit. I'm not
Oh,
so
okay.
shit.
Wow.
I'm so mad that time doesn't belong to me. It belongs to no one, really. That's the worst part about it, I guess. If I owned time, maybe I could rewind back to the time when I wrote Santa Claus my infamous letter. Dear Santa Claus, are you the Sandman's brother? If so, all I want for Christmas is a picture of him. I was that kid. And I want to be that kid again, but being that Santa Claus isn't related to the Sandman or Father Time, I don't think that's happening anytime soon. I was that kid whose mind was so filled with fantasy that I would spend my days in front of the television, reciting every commercial jingle that I'd ever heard. I could spend hours playing with the same Fisher-Price farm toy set that you could hook the jelly people up to and then crank them down the stairs over and over again. It never got old. When I grew up, I wanted to be a Power Ranger. The green one, might I add, but because I was the youngest of my cousins, I always got stuck being the pink one. Now I'm not complaining, but then it sucked. Maybe if I owned time, I wouldn't be so pissed off at being 26 and thousands of dollars in debt with a degree in musical theater. Tomás, tú estás bien rude. You didn't even introduce yourself. ¿Qué te pasa, chico? Este está de complaining hoy. That's my mother, Maritza. Her voice never leaves my head, it's incessant, and she's probably right. I should introduce myself before I introduce her. I'm Tomas Enrique Ruiz. No moles, thank you, and I graduated with a BFA in musical theater from the American Musical and Dramatic Academy, or AMDA if you're nasty. I'm 26 years old and I've been performing my whole life. Yes, Tomas, you were always very dramatic. Mom, can you leave me alone? No, because I'm your mother and you don't say that to your mother. Respeta y cállate la boca antes que le dé el güey. Sometimes it's the hand, sometimes it's the chancleta. If you're Spanish, you know what a chancleta is. For all my Caucasian brothers and sisters, snow bunnies. Yo, what's up, man? Duncan, I can't say that word. Go away. Y ahora vino el otro para molestar. Who the fuck is arguing with you, ma? You think I want to argue with you? Ain't nobody trying to argue with you. What the fuck, bro? And here comes Duncan, my older brother, in and out for 10 years for some. Yo, you think you're fucking better than me, TJ? You ain't shit, bro. You want to fight me? I'm fucking crazy, bro. No one wants to fight you. Why are you so ignorant all the fucking time? Yo, you think just because you fucking sing and dance in the mirror that you mad cool? You not, bro. That shit is fucking ass. Lion King is fucking ass. Cats is fucking ass. You fucking ass. Come see me, bro, because I will fuck you up. Ustedes son unos anormales. Duncan, no one wants to fight with you. Relax. I was just making sure because I got stabbed, bro. I got anxiety about this shit. Yo, what's up? What's up, Mom? God bless. Yo, you looking real good. Yo, we good, TJ? We're good. And you can see why I'm mad. Because I have a Puerto Rican mother. My dad is nowhere in sight. My brother thinks everyone's out to get him. And I'm left behind. The middle child, the one who's always caught in between. Maybe if I could rewind, I would have learned to not be so scared. If I could just speak my mind. Instead, I retreated into my imagination. Ooh, she's shaking. Creating memories by myself. For myself, imaginary friends, an imaginary world, hoping that someone, someday, somewhere would understand how I long to have a person in my life who understood why I need to stand at a mic and tell a story, who wasn't my therapist. Yo, TJ, tell them how I saw you sleeping in a dress in the bed when you were 2 years old. I was like, oh my God, TJ is so gay. Oh God, here we go.
On deck, we have Rosemary.
What up?
What up?
My name's Dan.
Hi, Dan.
Hi.
We'll read a little something.
you.
What she said. Same.
Relating to the sounds you will shake as your body, mind, and soul elate. To touch it now, to feel it now, but suddenly we don't know how we've forgotten. We breathe arrogance from what we've perceived. What is knowledge but what is believed? No one knows where I come from, where I've been, or what I've done, just as the wind blows. Only perspective knows. The cold air of me, it's unaware, makes no difference if I were there. Movement is its convalescence, the wind's impartial to my presence, and it beckons me to breathe. As the wind, as the moments never feel, time will never know I'm real.
Woo!
That's a little song I wrote like quite a bit back. This next thing that I'm gonna do is really out there. It's kind of just some notes that I kind of allotted, like going over a lot of information, like random esoteric metaphysical meditation kind of thing. So this is really weird, and just bear with me. So these are some notes. I'm gonna hold this. Reason deems the constructive behaviors that self-facilitate the function of the organism, furthering its purpose and intent as an incarnated being, its instantiation and origin been realized, and self-awareness is thus. Densify your functional matter, enhance your spiritual knowing, to know without seeing, enhance the inherent being. That which is by a force, fragmentary particles in vacuum spheres. A strong character upholds ideals. That which seems impossible is made manifest in stages. Do not be oppressed by those who seek to glorify ego. Equate injustice and falsity. The ideal state is both municipal and individual. A government works now to control the masses, yet hold back the lives which construct the new world. Humans hold back by their older versions of themselves, not yet ready to evolve to its next form. The what if, a mindset that slows manifestation. Hypothetical realities distract and minimize attention to the present reality, the fulcrum of the angular momentum of our life's direction. Decentralize the flow of knowledge, expand the sphere of awareness to the willing, bypass the bureaucracy, the norm dissolved in a chaotic form of a universal expansion, divine omniscience, cosmic justice of past, present, and future, that takes into the account the full of every being. Choice is inevitable, the crucible of any change. Break the mold of what you hold, for it will only keep you stagnant. Nothing is promised, but anything is possible. All are shadows, seen but not manifest. Nothing exists without opposition. A coin cannot be one-sided. A foot needs ground. The mind needs an object to contemplate. To want is also to not want its opposite. Thus desire is duality, the mental divide of conscious and unconscious through intentional drive. Find the symmetric, non-biased, unitive understanding, the higher nature of transmuting, creating, seeing, knowing, understanding the causative, precursor, precognitive, formative. We must love the challenge. For it, we grow. To accept challenge is to be in our spirit of our thriving. Be excited to rise above our circumstance, externalizing energy, but all is self-reflective. Channel the energies and the deities to break down the illusion of the conceptual self. The ageless wisdom trumps all impositions, archetypes, mental states, thought forms, incarnated karma, transferring in medium. These thoughts spread like a virus, influence our resonance, but hold steady, for the truth is self-evident. Thank you.
Hey, so there's two sides to everything. There's Delirious Rose and there's Rosemary Feliciano. So I'm going to show you Delirious Rose.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Alright, I'm going to pack something through the inner parts. The kind that arrange a centerpiece and gamble threads of steady metal beats. through the sun. You and I will not end this way. Eyes closed, full of bad and good times. I'm your best friend, and you're my worst nightmare, heroine. This is called Out Loose. Everything is different with my arms out. I hate this corner. My legs do not know what to control. Start leaning. Everything is different here. Oh, my nobodies, none of you see. Just wait and see what will soon become of this. Frozen halls, screechings, kills. Does this all come from the eye of the beholder? I'm so grateful that you wheeled me aside. Well, I guess. I'll see you later in time with your arms out, about and out and out. Everything is different but me. You know, I never told you just exactly what I think. I usually just go storming out and backflashing, traumatizing her heartbeat. I say, hey, what's wrong with me? I choose weapons over lovers and I can't get out of here. There's so much I think of people, but there's nothing I think of me. And it breaks her heart, my babe. It breaks her heart all day. Okay, so this is Rosemary Feliciano I'm going to be talking. That was Delirious Rose. This is a status I wrote this morning. Rosemary Feliciano, that's my name on Facebook. I want to tell you that you're beautiful. In all the messed up ways that conspire difficulties one cannot express, understand, and or relate, I know above it all, you are beautiful. Thanks, guys.
This is Francis, and on deck is Anna.
Anna.
Hey, thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you.
Not a poet or anything, and you guys are really amazing at doing this.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, poetry is really hard, and
I don't believe that
it
either.
takes a lot of courage to get up here. Anyways, I did this screen. We did this. Well, it's going to be a cartoon, and I wrote like this script, and we were going to put it online. It turned into a radio show. So basically, it started like about a year ago. Me and my friends were hanging out. We're just like, well, we should write a story, and all the characters are like archetypes of our friends. And we're like, well, what kind of story would it be? And we decided that a Western, fictional, kind of cowboy thing.
I'm so excited.
Alright, so we're gonna start off with this scene.
What's it called?
Oh, it's called the Whiskey Junction.
Nice.
I'm so fucking excited.
Okay, so this scene takes place. We have here, page 5. Okay.
I'm just winging it.
Yeah. Anna is Cletus, the ranch owner.
What's up, Cletus?
Pistol Pete is the hero of the story. He is a drunk cowboy hero, gunslinging guy. And I'm going to be Raymond, Cletus's ranch hand, #1 ranch hand, and I'll also be narrating. It is a hot and dry midsummer's day on Cletus Clutzy's ranch. Cletus is seen leaning against the side of the set of stables. His facial features are weathered and rough as his clothing. His eyes are always leering. He pulls out an unlit cigarette out of his vest pocket and places it calmly between his lips. Raymond, Cletus's ranch hand, approaches before he could light his cigarette, his lanky frame jerking while he side-strides toward Cletus. Mr. Cletus, with all due respect, I must admit, I'm just about a wit's end with that Daisy. She no ordinary beast. I think she may be the devil reincarnate. Don't know how to put up with her, boss.
Boy, let me ask you something. You think I built this here ranch with complaining and hollering like you do? First 5 years did nothing, but I live off the sweat of my brow from